Hey guys, in this video we're going to do something a little bit different than we normally do. Of course, normally on this channel we talk about self-hosting, home servers, Docker, that sort of thing. In this video I want to talk about a little something else. This is a sponsored video from the folks over at WUUK. And WUUK specializes in home surveillance cameras, and they sent over one of their systems for me that we're going to take a look at in today's video. So what we're looking at here is the WUUK Cam Pro Kit. This is a 2-pack of cameras. Each one of these, obviously, each one, we're going to talk about each one individually. But basically, these support 2K resolution for surveillance cameras, and they look really, really nice. They got their little indiscreet branding over here on the side. Nothing there on the front, except, you know, we've got camera, light, motion sensor, and speaker down here, as well as some infrared indicators up here at the top that you can kind of, I guess that you can kind of see a little indicator light there. Maybe that one's not infrared. These two are infrared. That one's just an indicator. So again, more branding over here on the side. On the back, we get a little mounting spot that we'll take a look at here in just a moment as far as how we're going to mount this camera, or both of these cameras rather. And then on the bottom, we've got a button here. Let me see if I can refocus. There we go. So we've got a little button right here, and then this actually lifts up. And once you get into here, we can do a couple of things. We can do, of course, there's the little power button from the inside, as well as a USB-C charging cable. And the reason for that is because these have batteries in them. They have a 9600 watt or milliamp hour, not 9600 watt, 9600 milliamp hour battery inside that makes them wireless. And because of the way they're built, they are IP67 weather resistant. And I've actually been using these for a month or so now, and I absolutely love them, and that's why I wanted to talk about them in this video. So in the box, obviously, like I said, this is a 2-pack. You're going to get 2 cameras and a base station. That is what we're looking at right here. This is the WUUK Base Station. This will support up to 8 cameras connected to it wirelessly. And it doesn't actually weigh much. There's really no heft or anything to it, but that's because it is this is just an enclosure, and inside we've got a circuit board and some antennas, and that's about it. On the bottom, we get a little bit of information about our camera setup here, but on the back, we've got some holes for ventilation and whatnot. We've got a USB cable, or USB-A plug here, and that is for the included USB A to C cable you can use to charge these. You don't have to, but you can. We've also got a 1 gig Ethernet port here, a barrel jack plug right here. This is 12 volts, 2 amps, so 24 watts, and a sync button to actually get these connected here. And that's basically all we're going to have for both the base station here and the cameras. But we do also get, of course, our 12 volt, 2 amp power supply for our actual monitor, or our base station here. Of course, we're also going to get an Ethernet cable. It's about 2 meters, 6-7 feet, give or take. Maybe it's 3 meters. I haven't actually looked. We get a USB A to C cable there, again, to charge the cameras. And we get 2 mounting kits. And let's see, let's get a little focus here. So on the back, we can see that there are 3 holes. And in fact, when we take this apart, we can actually get a better idea kind of what's going on inside here. It's a very simple mechanism, but that's, you're going to put your 3 screws into there. That goes on, this goes on, and then of course, once you've got all of this kind of set up and stuck to the wall or wherever you want it, then this screws into the back of the camera like so. And then you can adjust it up and down and really cinch this down in order to get this to kind of lock in place. Now, I will say that I've got the other one that is currently installed. It's plugged into it's screwed into a tree out in our front yard. I will demonstrate that here in a little bit. But what I ended up having to do in order to get this to actually work the right way was take this off, take this out, and then I actually ran a screw down the middle of that so that it wasn't quite flush inside there, so that it would actually push against this and create more tension here. It's just kind of a little jerry-rigged thing I had to do there in order for this to have the the friction inside here so that the camera wouldn't droop, because it kept drooping on me. So again, I just ran a screw kind of through the middle on the other side. I actually have 4 screws holding it into the tree, but it actually gave it enough friction to hold this in place better. So if you run into that, that's what you're going to want to do in order to get this to not droop if it starts to do that. But basically that's it. Adding the cameras is dead simple. It actually walks you through step by step in the app on the phone that we will talk about here in a little bit. So let's actually get these hooked back up where I'm going to end up wanting them, and then we'll take a look at the app. Okay, so here we are. This is actually the door that goes out into my studio. There is my little door knocker thing. But right up here is where I put the first WUUK camera there, and it's tied into this metal stud here with a couple of screws. And if we look right up here, we can see what it looks like when it's all mounted up just like that. And of course, I've got to point it down just so that I can get a better view of the garage and the areas that I'm interested in. So let's actually take a look at that now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open the WUUK app right here. Here we can see I've got 2 cameras in there already, as well as the WUUK Base Station. We've got the bird feeder, which we haven't touched yet, but the garage is what we want to look at now. So we'll go ahead and open this up. And right there, there I am. This is So it was at this point I realized I had screwed up. I'm actually recording both my voice from the screen recording, but also my voice from the screen recording from the WUUK app. So basically what we're doing here is we're just kind of taking a look at the app. We can record, we can do snapshots, we can disable the microphone to speak out, or we can enable it. I guess it is currently disabled. We can do replies, so we'll go ahead and listen to one of those right now.
Hi there. You can just leave it. Thanks.
We've also got the option for tones, and that's supposed to change the voice. However, I don't think that's completely implemented yet, or at least not with the firmware that I have, so hopefully they'll update that later. We can also adjust the volume, the light, and the video quality here. And so basically with the video quality, we can do 720p, 1080p, or 2K with this, or we can set it to auto. But we've got some different options as far as what we want the video quality to be in this setting area right here. So let's go back to here. Again, I do have the WUUK Base Station up here, and if I click that, nothing seems to happen. But if I click there, we can kind of get an idea of how much storage is left, about 21 gigs. The volume, paired devices, if I open this up, of course, we've got our 2 devices there. Looks like there is a firmware update that we'll take a look at, or I'll update kind of off here. We've gone to connection mode. Again, like I said, we do have the option for wired or wireless, so pick and choose as you need to do that. Of course, time zone is where I am. User management, my wife and I are both on here, obviously. Network diagnosis, we can click that and start testing, and it will show us everything is working correctly, so we're good to go there. So we can back up. And then about the device, we can get more information as far as the model, the serial number, and things like that. And that, of course, is specifically for this one camera, or for the actual base station there. The garage, if we open this up again, it's got very much, a lot of the same stuff. Device name, watermark. You can turn the logo and timestamp, or none, however you want to handle those. This is all very basic stuff. How do you want to handle motion detection? And you can detect or set a sensitivity or detection zone for each individual camera. Of course, I want all of this viewed. Our detection sensitivity from 1 to 6, low to high, human only, smart alert, or all motions. I think for this, I'm just going to leave this as it is. We've got notifications. What kind of notifications do you want to get? Just a motion notification, or do you also want to get an image to go with that? Power management. Looks like our current battery is at 100%, which it absolutely should be. Since I just pulled it off of the charger here just a moment ago, you can see it's only been up for 3 minutes. I will say that from my experience, the battery on this will range anywhere from 2 weeks to more than a month. And the reason I say 2 weeks is the bird feeder that we'll take a look at here in a moment, that camera anyway lasts about 2 weeks because it gets a lot of motion. You can also handle that a little bit better by deciding how long do you want your recordings to be. 15 seconds is the default, and I think that's probably a good way to leave that. The dismount alert. This is actually really, really cool. The idea is if I turn this on, and then somebody messes with the camera, it will sound an alarm. So you've got video quality, again with the 720p, 1080p, 2K, You can set it advanced or standard to offer the best compatibility, but I like the advanced because it will consume less network bandwidth. Firmware update, again, we don't currently have one available, I don't believe, for this camera, so that's good. Night vision on, off, or spotlight. I like the black and white night vision there. We're going to leave that as it is. Again, we've got the option for network diagnosis. We can check that. Everything there looks good. So we can back out of that. And again, about device as far as the model and the serial number there, or you can remove the device. So that's kind of run through on the app. So let me get the other camera, this bird feeder, plugged in where it needs to be, and then we'll take a look at kind of what the footage looks like. Okay, so I am currently standing on my front porch, and right there, as you can see, is the bird feeder WUUK camera with the bird feeder right there, and our very bad cat who actually tore this bird feeder down this morning, and we've had to readjust a few things. But if we come over here and take a look, here we can see that we've got the camera mounted to the tree right there with no issues at all. Everything, is exactly like we wanted. It's not moving, and it's getting a really good view of the bird feeder there. Okay, so here we can see our camera is up and running on the bird feeder side of things, and we've got a clear view of the bird feeder. Obviously, that's what it's there for. And of course, all of this, the same stuff that we looked at a minute ago as far as recording and snapshot, all of that is still available there. What we can do, though, if we wanted to, is come over to here and take a look and disable notifications for 30 minutes, an hour, 4 hours, 6 hours, whatever we want to do there. Of course, I don't want to do that. I want to get notifications as it seems appropriate. We can look at playback options here as well. And here we can see, a motion from just general motion, human motion. We've got all kinds of different notifications in here for the actual feeder. So let's actually open one of these up and take a look. Of course, this is something from a few days ago. It looks like we were having a bit of a stormy day coming in, and so of course the motion of the bird feeder itself is actually triggering the response there. But here we can see below that all kinds of different bits of motion. In fact, there, I think that's me standing all fat and pudgy on my front porch there. Looking at something, drinking a beer. So anyway, that is kind of what's going on with these cameras. The video quality in these is just outstanding, in my opinion. Being able to see everything with this kind of clarity, whether it's day or night. Let me see if I can find some nighttime footage. This is all, oops. And here you can see all of these are from the same day, and this is why it only lasted 2 weeks before, before we ran into having to recharge the battery. So here is something from August 17th, at like 5 o'clock in the morning here. And we're getting some blowout from some of the lights and things like that. But overall, the actual video quality of these WUUK 2K cameras is just impressive, in my opinion. And of course, this is the black and white night vision using infrared. And I think this looks absolutely stunning, again, for being night vision, for being just a standalone kind of surveillance camera. I absolutely love the video quality on this. Let me actually go back, take a look at one of these others. So this was actually from the previous night. Again, very, very similar as far as that's concerned. Let's see, this is like 8 o'clock, almost 9 o'clock that night. Of course, pretty dark there. We didn't actually have any motion for more than an hour and a half there. But here it is, kind of mid-evenings, 7:15 in the evening. It's kind of getting dark. But again, the video quality on this just stays sharp the entire time it's recording. And I absolutely love that about the WUUK cameras. Okay, guys, there you go. There is the WUUK Cam Pro Kit. I absolutely love these cameras, and I think if you pick one up, you will too. I do want to give a big shout out to the WUUK family, the WUUK company, the WUUK family. I guess they could call them a WUUK family. Anyway, I want to give them a big shout out for sending this over, letting me take a look at the cameras. Again, the 2K resolution of these cameras just far surpasses anything I've used in the past, and there's a really good chance I'm going to get more of these to kind of replace some of the 1080p cameras that I've got around my house. Again, I love that these are wireless. They're battery operated with that 9600 milliamp hour battery. Again, depending on your usage, you'll get anywhere from like 2 weeks, which is a lot of usage. And the other one that I had hooked up with very little usage was more than a month of video recording with no issues, no hiccups, no hangups, no disconnects or anything like that. And I absolutely love how easy it was to set up, how easy the app is to use. With all of that said, I do want to thank you guys for spending a few minutes of your day with me today. Of course, links to everything will be in the description down below, so you can pick one of these up for yourself. Again, I highly encourage this, and I know they're sponsoring this video, but I really do love these cameras, and as I mentioned a minute ago, I think you will too. So with that said, I'm going to wrap this up and talk to you guys in the next video.